Thank you for the 15 subs. You guys might know, yeah, but please subscribe to my channel. And other thing, we are going to make two new islands. I want to make two new islands for the villages and the farm. It's going to be so cool. Like I have a vision in my head. I'm going to make it like.
No, I think she's finished.
As soon as I started watching this episode, so many people in my life today, not even when I was that age, today came to mind. So many people where things happen to them and they tuck their emotions to not rock the boat. In fact, if I know my subscriber base well, and I think I do, many of you watching this video are
Llama.
nice as
Alpaca. What's the difference between a llama and a alpaca? Wait, 6 times 7 equals 6 times 7 equals 42.
consider themselves nice that way because they fear being any other way. I mean, you don't want to be known as a person who's confrontational, right?
Okay.
Someone who's hard to deal with. No, it's better not to make a big deal out of it. Bingo, in this episode titled Dance Mode, is going to have several not nice things happen.
Drowned.
And it being nice, she'll brush it off.
Ow.
As this is the default reaction of many nice people.
I said I was sorry, kid. It's my fault. Will you finish?
As I continued to watch this episode, I felt bad for Bingo. Not because of the things that happened to her, but because of the way she felt.
I'm gonna make a librarian.
to respond. And it'll become more clear
I think I have too many black.
something that's called dance mode. A mode where anyone in a family has to dance anywhere, no matter what. Personally, in exchange for a key and chip, that sounds like a great deal. And her parents do a good job of accepting the deal to cheer her up. However, there's one simple detail that I want to keep in your mind. Bingo did not come up with the idea of dance mode. Lily did. And I think that's realistic, as I see many of the older siblings speak for their younger siblings. It's a natural thing that happens, and in this case, Bingo was excited for the idea, so this is a good thing. The problem comes into play when Lily and the rest of the family continue to speak for Bingo, when she was the original one that was wrong.
Let me see what post for you. Yo, what is this? What is this? Efficiency 3.
As Shirley starts dancing, it seems like everything is back to normal. But it's not. Again, Lily is speaking for Bingo, using her dance moves that she got because she was spoken for with her chip. Now, does this make Chloe mean? No. Chloe's a 6-year-old child. Children can be impulsive. Children often want instant gratification. She was just as excited as Bingo when the deal was made, so naturally she wanted to see it happen as soon as possible. Her intent was simply to have a good time, and she meant well by asking first. What she didn't know is that many people, maybe you watch it, tends to not say no to ruin the moment, but she does speak up about it after the fact. There's two types of people in this experience. People who can say no, and everyone else. Emotionally pretty nice people that I meet, they can't say no. Like they know the word, but it's not about the word. It's never been about the word. It's about the reaction that comes with it. When Bingo goes to the post office, while she's firm with Lily about saving her dance modes for some
Farmer.
there's a difficult scenario that pops up. Now, it's not her sibling, someone whom she may consider a peer, but her mother. If nice people struggle to say no to their siblings, imagine a struggle it'd be for someone who you would consider an authority. I'd imagine for Bingo, she doesn't want to disappoint her mother, and in saying no, at least to her, she risks that. Again, it's not about the word, it's
I need
about the
really to
reaction.
come to
Oftentimes, nice people who I meet tend to value the relationships or reputation
Where
they
is
have
the-
with others over their
supposed
own
to be a
personal
couple of
happiness.
villagers.
And while I consider everyone in the family to simply just not have the
Know that
self-awareness
for a
to
fact.
understand how Bingo is feeling right now, in the real world,
Okay, yeah.
this is exactly how bad actors tend to go
But where's, like,
unpunished
the
in
farmer
front of large
villager?
groups of people. As a person who runs a Discord community, link in the description below, I've seen it several times. One person who no one wants to speak up about, but when they ask in private, how do you feel about so-and-so? They say exactly what that person is thinking. Yet nothing happens.
That thing
And you
broke.
want to know why? Usually because they don't want to be mean. So when Bingo gives her second dance mode to her mother to give her revenge on Nick, it's partially a funny thing, but she only has one dance mode left. And she hasn't used one at all.
When are you gonna use your last dance mode, Victor? Last one? But I haven't even used my first one yet.
And that's so important. No one picks up on it at the moment, but that's how Bingo feels. She just doesn't have that outside voice to make sure that she's heard about it. For her, I can understand
Okay.
because she's a child, and children tend to not know that
Farmers.
this is
Oh
something
my
that they
gosh.
can
You don't need it
and
to be
should
farmers.
do. And oftentimes they grow into
I want a
a teenager
balance.
who doesn't
It's like a
know
balanced diet.
and then they grow into an adult who doesn't know how to do it. And I think that's what happens to a lot of nice people in the world. The Healer family hears some type of music ahead, and given how Bandit and Chili are still shaking up over their last dance mode, they use the word no happily.
Oh, hang on.
Hang on.
Look, you seem like you're cheered up, Bingo. Maybe we can forget about that last dance mode. I'm gonna buy your last dance mode off you for 20 bucks.
No.
Now, if you
Bandit.
know the pattern of what happened up to this point, not only was Bluey encouraged
Like
to
this, bro. I'm making my new village trading
she'd
hall.
have to say no to everyone. 3 people whom she loves. And who knows how they'd react. Imagine the pressure that'd be put on Bingo to just go with the flow. Again, you don't want to be known as a person who's confrontational, right?
No, but come over
Be a
here.
little bit. Except, it's not.
Factor meals deliver pro-level nutrition.
We already have one of those.
With chef-crafted flavors.
Where is it? It's a mess.
Feed your performance.
We don't. We
Like
don't.
a pro.
We don't. We should convert one of these guys into a farmer. Come on, you guys. You can't be a farmer.
However you book your flight, first check Kayak to compare hundreds of
Kayak? I call it kayak, not kayak. Who called it kayak?
Get one. Read about top 10 pancakes in Miami. Humanity's oldest dish. Right? Back to Kayak for a built-in meal plan.
Necesitas algo más constructivo. Las necesidades de la rapidez Right. Es solo una de las ventajas que ofrece O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow! That was cringe. That was really cringe.
About what they want and how they feel, but the situation happened because they did that to Bingo's
I'm gonna go get the what's it called?
They're teaching Bingo that to make
The
people
grindstone.
happy,
Grindstone.
and in many cases, that is seen as being nice. And I don't see it that way. I think she's being polite, but not nice. She's not being nice at all to the most important person here, her son.
Go to your profession. Come on, go. Go.
Wrong.
Go.
And I feel like so many people around me conflate nice and not nice alongside polite and impolite. However, I understand the difference, and it's allowed me to circumvent a lot of people who may seem nice on the surface, but are not.
Go over there. Go over there. Come on.
As nice,
Come on, villager. Move on. Go to your villager spot. Go back. No. Come over here. Come over here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Move a little bit like this. And we block you off. Let's go. Uh-oh.
Discord to have a different, arguably more accurate feeling. And as a person who's been the only person to speak up in all of the groups of friends that I've had who don't say anything when their inside voice is screaming that there's a problem, I've become that default friend. And I think that's why this episode speaks so much to me. I've
Go in
had
there.
so many
Go in there.
videos around
Go
me
in
who
there.
don't say
Go in there.
anything because they don't want to appear rude.
Let's go. We just need the.
Care about how
You
mean
drowned.
me or
You
people
mother
because
plonker.
that's being nice. I think knowing that I can stand up for people and amplify their inside voices, even if it leads to a confrontation or people not liking what I have to say, is
Person.
nice.
This is like the
I
last
think
villager we
bottling
have.
up your feelings because you don't want to look like someone who causes problems, thus leading to a poor quality of life because people make decisions that are against your
Come on, bro.
preferences, is not nice to yourself. But I understand that using your outside voice, speaking up, is hard for people. It's a skill that you have to learn. And believe me, those uncomfortable conversations never get easier to do. But I just understand what is the alternative if I were to act like Bingo does. And I'm sure many of you have reflected and felt like if you spoke up earlier or said what your inside voice was saying in some
Can I
moments in
go?
your life, it may have been uncomfortable in the
I don't know.
short term, But you contemplate if you would have been happier in the long term.
couple
So I understand
acts.
why Bingo feels
Even
the
though I
way that she
cut the
does,
one
because for a long
like a
time,
couple days ago in the game, and now it's literally in pieces.
and I wouldn't say how I
I
felt,
need
and
3.
I understood while it made everyone else feel better.
Okay, that's a
It didn't
hole.
make
I
me feel
remember.
better.
A hole is
And I
2.
started to live
I,
with it until
I
I
act is
understood that I
3.
didn't have to.
Copper.
Bingo, what's up?
You
Dang
want
it.
to tell us what's the matter, honey?
Do you not like your yes no button? No. But you said you wanted it.
She did, but not because she wanted it, but because she didn't want to disappoint Bluey or fight over the decision. I remember when this scene went viral on Twitter, and I wish I had seen the episode then. Seeing her use the toy to say the words that she can't say is powerful. I even enjoy how Bluey asks what is a fair question here.
Viola. And she said yes. Didn't you, Bingo?
Come on, you're like little in the other island. Come back to the main
I
island.
think that is a fair
Come
question.
back.
Bingo did say yes all of those times, and it's hard to read minds, if not impossible. I think in this scenario, it's fair to admit that they got carried away and weren't mindful of the reason why
Come
the
on.
modes were given out in the first place. So in the context of a parent and a child, it is the responsibility of the parent to be cognizant of the
Yeah,
fact
go to
that a
sleep.
child may not know how to word the feelings they may have.
Good
Ask
night.
plenty of questions to figure things out.
Because sometimes because you're outside, no.
Oh yeah, like this. I'm sorry, Bingo.
Me too.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening.
For many of you who are
It's happening.
and feel like Bingo in your life, you may not like this answer, but you
Let's go.
of doing this. I will say, my life has gotten better when I practiced that, and it took me an embarrassingly long time to commit to doing that. And my quality of life has increased immensely once I started doing that. If people care about you and understand empathy, then they'll react positively. Sometimes people don't know that they're doing
What'd you
it.
have?
Sometimes they do, and that's a different story. But as you can tell here,
Okay.
no one meant harm, which is why I wouldn't call anyone here
Okay.
malicious or mean-spirited. However, I hope Bingo has learned that you have to be nice to yourself, and part of that is speaking up for yourself. As she has a supportive family that want her to be happy and would do anything for her, including a dance mode in public. So in my Bluey journey, I've seen 4 episodes so far, and Dance Mode
Okay.
is my second favorite. Again, I've only seen 4 episodes, but I'm gonna keep my favorite a secret for now because I may want to surprise you guys with it later. But until then, you gotta check out this thread I found where so many parents spoke out against this Bluey episode here. It's a goated show, but there's an episode that a lot of parents are skipping, and the reason is complicated. I was looking back on
I'm going to
the
go
episode
check them out
earlier,
for
and
them
here's
again.
what I had to say. I actually really
The same 2 bigs.
episode. Like, that is such a bad
You are not paying rent on my island.
I paused the movie episode and told my kids that when we go to the theater, if they even think about acting like Bingo, we would leave. What Bingo was doing is very rude.
25. The big 25. We got 25.
So for that reason, same. We started skipping that one. The movie episode makes me irrationally angry. I've been to way too many movies like that, not all of them animated kid-friendly movies, mind you, where kids will loudly talk, kick seats, etc. And understand they're young, they don't know better. That's why it's on the parents to teach them. At this point, I had not seen the episode, so I was taken aback that a movie episode would be in this kind of
Yeah,
discussion.
I need dirt. I need dirt to make the new farm island. Let me check the map. I just want to make this look natural. Peninsula. Come here, where the farm actually is.
She has a lot of energy for a movie theater, and I'm sure you know what kind of energy is to be expected at a movie theater. And kids naturally can have a lot of energy and not have that habit of switching vibes depending on location. In fact, as this episode goes on, this seems more so like a movie that Bluey wanted to see than Bingo.
Is there going to be thunder in the movie?
You sure you're ready for movies, Bluey? You're a bit of a sensitive kid.
Mackenzie's seen it.
Yeah, but you're not Mackenzie.
I know, but I'm ready.
And if you know anything about kids, if one kid wants to do something, the other kid will want to do it, even if they don't know what that thing is, just to be included. In fact, Bandit pretty much confirms this when he hears about the price of movie tickets.
One adult and 2 kids to Chuck E. Cheese, thanks.
$54, please.
Chuck E. Cheese. Do I have to pay for the 4-year-old? She's not really gonna watch it.
Yeah, you still have to pay.
So some of you may have noticed that Bluey seems to be a bit nervous to watch this movie because there's lightning on the poster, which may imply loud noises and flashing lights. Well, I think it's clever that they had the dog character afraid of lightning, but also this episode to a lesser extent revolves around Bluey
Okay, like
handling
this.
her own fears. Unfortunately for Bandit,
I'm
Bluey
gonna make
handles
something
two
like this.
separate problems.
What's going to be in the
And
middle?
one of them is a lot messier. As they enter the movie theater, Bandit is already on his second bag of popcorn, as Bingo's already all over the place, running around the theater, speaking very loudly, and playing with the foldable chair. Meanwhile, Bluey has her paws up to her face frantically, not a fan of the loud noises or close-up characters that appear larger on life on the big screen. As the movie starts, we see that the movie is about one character wanting to explore the land, and another character criticizing them for being different. In the middle of this is Bandit, who, while praised for his gentle and patient parenting, is having a tougher job dealing with one of them than the other.
Bingo, don't touch that.
Dad, am I different? Like, I'm the only one of my friends.
So Mr. Bingo.
who watch movies.
Look, I'm pretty sure it's
Nah, nostalgia.
I want to give my flowers to the Bluey portion of this episode. She's preparing herself to hold it. She doesn't have the best feelings about being brave enough to watch a movie. The beauty of this experience is that you don't have to use a movie to relate to. Some people are afraid of roller coasters. Some people are afraid of swimming. Some people are afraid of going into the forest. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this has had something that they fear at some point. So I'm sure some of you can already see the examples this episode may be
Okay.
for certain children who
Like a
may
shovel.
I mean, Bingo is running around the movie theater, which is a big no-no. Now, I want to revisit this thread because there was
No.
defense for this episode, and I want to hear your opinion about. They don't have kid showings near you? Usually not as dark, expected to have more kids in the audience, or lax expectations. They are at a special type of screening that is for kids. They are called sensory-friendly screenings. Now, I don't have too much experience with sensory-friendly screenings, and even so, there is a few reasons why I don't wholly agree with this defense. For one, I don't think a kid around the age and mindset of Bingo would understand the differences between a sensory-friendly screening and a regular screening, and could equate this to how one would normally act. Secondly, the episode itself doesn't make it clear that they're at a special screening, which, if it was the case, it would have taken 5 seconds, and it would have put this episode in a completely different light. But most importantly, and I'm reading a response to this, don't you think letting your kid be loud and causing a disturbance kind of defeats the purpose of it being sensory-friendly, since it's supposed to be for everyone? I'm pretty sure even at sensory-friendly screenings, basic manners are still expected from everyone. Some disruptions are fine and expected, but Bingo is literally running around, changing seats, getting in front of the screen, and spilling her popcorn. Bluey stands in front of the screen during the midnight scene of the movie because she is helping Bandit chase after Bingo. All of them are talking throughout. Bandit runs around chasing Bingo. That's a lot. Now, how this episode ends is kind of where everything falls apart, but we're not there yet. So now with Bandit chasing after Bingo, this goes from a slightly convenient
Okay.
to a full-on interruption. Once Bandit catches Bingo, she has to go to the bathroom. To which all of this is happening, the movie is thinking about the main character having to please themselves, not worry that other people think that they're different. Bluey's still battling the feelings of being different but wanting to fit in, who would ask her father about the themes of group. I see the vision of Bandit having to switch between two different homes to deal with two different kids. It can be tiring, but in course, it's still a shared best experience. Seeing as someone who hasn't had a child yet, I would say that I would 100% deal with the situation any better, but that's why this thread is so interesting to me, because there's a lot of people who have children who believe they won't. So this isn't even me getting on my imaginary parent soapbox and telling other people how to handle their children, but instead understanding why some parents may not want to show closeness and affection to their children. When they get to the day, Bingo is running around on an island. This might even more bold, running hundreds of yards of sightseeing that he has missed yet. Stay much up to Bingo and starting to run. Unfortunately, as the episode has been going on, the movie plays with this story. Playing noises, flashing lights, and Bluey is too scared to watch
Here we go. High five, low five, all five, pipe, pipe. Lunch fun, work done,
What the heck
home
is that?
run, yum, yum. First goes baby bump, chomp, chomp, chomp. Piggyback, school snack, click, clack, done. Give a little Sara Lee love.
About people customizing safe than neutral.
That's why the emu was here?
Yes. And the emu has a name.
We need two more.
The whole family. You see them all.
Just careful, John. Oh, look at the drum. He's spinning in circles.
Look at first cream that I did bottom of the jar stuff. This is all over my feet. But will it really live up to
Quick.
expensive skincare? I'll be the judge of that. Gorgeous job.
No! 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 No!
Everyone says it's smooth and firm and has antioxidants too.
No! No, I don't want it.
For me, it's a winner. L'Oreal Paris
No.
Night Cream. I'm worth it, and my skin's worth it too.
Now, in defense of this episode, they didn't particularly focus on how the other parents felt about these instructions for the most part, nor did any of the other children in the theater join Bingo in her adventure. However, I believe that in showing this experience to children, those experiences are important as well. In fact, one comment in the thread speaks to this. I'm guessing that since the show is aimed at preschoolers, they want to show minimal hostility from adults. A 4-year-old's gotta be able to watch the show and feel safe. The rest of us just have to fill in the blanks of how people would really react. I always assumed the show was from the kids' perspective, so they don't have the outside awareness/insecurity that teens and adults have for being judged by others. The humor is also mainly flown to places that are child-friendly or child-centered. A lot of people they interact with also have children, so they'll sympathize with them. I see what they mean, and I will at least concede that if this is from the perspective of children, they wouldn't want to paint Bingo in too much of a bad light, even if what she's doing is slightly problematic. I can see a more assertive or forward
What do I
approach
go?
and
Oh.
turning away some children from either being
Then won't
terrified
sleep.
or the episode as a
Oh
whole. But
my.
when you get to how this episode ends, maybe that's still worth it.
Okay, let's go. You know what, Bingo? Just be yourself.
Yeah, I don't know if telling Bingo to be herself should have been the moral here. I can understand the spectrum of being yourself and affinity is pretty messy, but it's dependent on a vast amount of social norms that it's hard for a young child to understand. It should be hard to have a lesson both be acceptable and unacceptable in different contexts, but that's why I tell
Okay.
parents who does understand to guide them in that direction. Bluey is a morally driven show and aimed towards a younger audience, and I don't think the take here should be to invalidate the section of parents who understand that their children will take away Bingo having a good time, and if she's being herself and finds it fun, that they should do the same
I'm
thing.
gonna go to make the top one.
Yes,
The
children
form.
can be smart, but children can also be hyperactive, or just find something appealing or fun on a surface level and imitate that too. What if a child decides to slap popcorn out of other people's hands? What if a child decides to run out of the theater? What if you don't have all the money in the world to buy several bags of replacement popcorn and your child thinks that you can? This episode has a bit of a shaky landing, but I won't call it a bad episode by any means, because the Bluey half was very engaging. The journey of overcoming
Okay.
fear and having that self-reflection that your friends are not afraid of something
Potatoes.
that you are struggling with is a great concept. I just think that the Bingo
The beetroot
concept,
seeds.
especially with the message of being
We
yourself,
have so many seeds now. We have beetroots, carrots, and potatoes.
is conflicted with the good and not so good parts of an episode since the 400th episode of Teen Titans Go, which you can check out here.
Okay, like this. Get the carrots. Plant them like this. Get the beetroots.
Switch to TurboTax. File free in the app by 2/28.
I don't think we need that much potatoes.
All 100% free.
Okay. I think
Now
I
this
should put this carrot in the composter. No, you can't. What else can I put in the carrot? Yeah. bone meal.
Diving into different parts of Minecraft that I've always felt were a bit underwhelming. Trying to improve them through new ideas,
You're
features,
sick.
and lessons. Whether it was through giving forgotten
Zombies.
purpose, reworking old mechanics, or bringing back fan favorite concepts from past mob and biomes, the goal has always been the same: keep that vanilla feel while showing how much more the game can change. A lot of you have really enjoyed seeing these ideas brought to life. Since 2025, I've already heard
I like the XP file. The XP form.
I've gathered the most beloved features I've made so far, combined them into one massive showcase, and even included improvements.
I think it's going pretty well. We have like a farm, animals, almost everything we need for a healthy house.
Now, boats in Minecraft aren't bad. In fact, they're pretty solid, especially with the recent addition of additional boats. They get the job done efficiently. They're cheap, easy to craft, and accessible for everyone. For most players, boats are more than enough to cross oceans.
Oh,
Boat rides are kind of boring, so instead of just tweaking their mechanics,
chicken.
I wanted to make boats not only better, but more exciting. Let's start with functionality. Introducing the bubble jump mechanic. If you place soul sand deep underwater and ride your boat over the bubble column it creates, your boat will be launched into the air. The deeper the soul sand, the higher the launch. This adds a new layer of creativity and movement to water travel. Next up, customization. You can now attach a banner to your boat, turning it into a sailboat. Not only can you proudly display your faction's banner, but the sail also gives your boat a speed boost. But why represent your faction at sea if there's no one to fight? Right now, the ocean is practically empty. The only threat is the occasional drop. And let's be honest, there's no threat at all if you're in a boat. So I decided to fix that too. Introducing villager pirates.
Well, I keep talking about potatoes because I might need them soon. It's raining.
It doesn't make sense that they've completely ignored
Oh
the ocean.
no.
It simply makes sense that they absolutely want control over the seas too. So now, while sailing across oceans, there's a small chance you'll be ambushed by a pirate patrol, which is essentially the ocean equivalent of the illager patrols you encounter on land. These illagers ride in boats, and just like their land-based equivalents, they want to kill you. Defeating a pirate patrol gives you an ominous bottle, just like normal patrols. If you approach a buried treasure chest without a patrolman, a pirate ambush is good. Much like villager raids, pirate attacks come in waves. This introduces new boat types, medium boats and big boats that can carry up to 4
Whoa, pirates!
Some pirate ships are
Nah,
blue,
just kidding.
while others with pirates. You'll also encounter new villager
Potatoes are going to be
Captain Elliot,
pigs.
who has a parrot on his shoulder, and standard pirate villagers armed with crossbows, including modified versions that fire fireworks. Some variants of the villager pirates also wield a spear, and while the ones armed with crossbows mostly remain seated in their boats, the ones with
I want to get a horse.
mount
I want to make like a horse stable.
Upgrades will also have a chance to spawn with boats made from different wood types. Imagine stumbling across a mangrove pirate cave or getting attacked by cherry wood pirates. And after surviving the fight, you sail away with these unique vibrant pink pirate boats as your reward. While doing a pirate raid, you'll come across the boat upgrade template, which just like regular templates can be duplicated. This means that once you've defeated the pirate raid, you can unlock the ability to craft larger boats. You can use the upgrade template on a regular boat to make a medium boat, or on a medium boat to make a larger boat. Essentially, it works like a blueprint that you can only obtain by defeating a pirate raid.
Okay, I need like a... I'm gonna go for a horse, okay? Should I? Okay.
For multiplayer travel or mob transportation. You can also put 3 chests in it if you decide to sell a chest that you should solo. It also supports up to 2 banners, and the more banners it has, the faster it sails across the ocean. But sailboats and the medium and big boats aren't without their trade-offs. Yes, they're faster than regular boats, especially when fitted with banners, but the speed comes at a cost of maneuverability. First, the large boats take much longer to accelerate, so they will start off slow but gradually build up speed over time. You can offset this by having multiple people rowing at once. The more players row,
Ew, what a bro, what the hell?
speed compared to just a single person rowing. To avoid chaos with everybody trying to steer in different directions, only one person at the front controls the rotation,
Cow!
while the others strictly help to propel the boat forward.
I'm looking for like a horse. Yeah, I said that already.
Degrees in about 2.5 seconds. Meanwhile, a big boat takes a full 7.5 seconds to complete the same turn. So now players are faced with a real decision. Do you want raw speed for long distance sailing or tight control for navigating rivers or fighting pirates?
Trying to get some to we can make the what's it called?
While we're already on the topic of villagers, Minecraft Dungeons has a vast variety in villager variants. And the one I decided to add is the villager chef. Now you might ask yourself, Why the Illager Chef out of all the possible Illager types? The one mod that seems like the most boring variant among them all. You might have a point there, but the Illager Chef comes with a whole new game mechanic attached to it. The Illager Chef also
Cow.
and honestly, I'd love to have it in the game, even if it fills a small, almost insignificant
Cow.
role. It would not have a designated room inside Woodland Mansion, the kitchen. The Illager Chef provides all Illagers with food, and you can see it carrying around a ladle, which it uses both to cook and to attack if you happen to interrupt its work. When killed, it has a high chance of dropping this ladle, which you can then use to make soups of your own. So yes, I'm adding an entirely new soup making mechanic to the game. Just bear with me. Place a cauldron on top of a fire source. You can even set it directly over a campfire for a neat one-block setup. Fill it with water, and you're ready to start cooking. The cauldron accepts up to 4 ingredients. When you right-click with an ingredient, it will appear visually inside the cauldron, so you can keep track of what you've added. You can then remove ingredients by right-clicking with your empty hand. At this point, the choice
I need a horse. I don't want any more cows. I need a horse. I don't want any more cows. You got me angry, cow.
Once you're satisfied with the recipe, right-click the cauldron with the ladle to start stirring. Once
Sheep.
the cooking begins, there's no turning back. After a short while, the ingredients blend together, changing the color of the liquid based on what you've put inside.
I'm really tired. I don't want to keep doing this shit.
A bowl, and you've got yourself a delicious stew. To make this process actually worth it, bowls can now stack up to 16, and the soup itself combines the proper
Creeper. Oh man. Now I'm running for my life. Got a creeper chasing me from side to side, side to side. This creeper, the skeletons are so dumb. They are charging at me right now. Run for my life. Help me right now in my town, and clap down.
And yes, the Illager Chef also drops a random soup
Okay.
on that. But the soup making process can also go very wrong if you try to mix ingredients that were never meant to be mixed together. If you add 2 different potions into the same cauldron, it will become unstable, quickly overflow, and then explode, leaving behind a puddle of purple goo. Out of that goo, pink goo slimes emerge, carrying the very potion effects you try to combine. If the potions you mixed were harmful ones, the slimes will inflict those same effects on you when they hit. And if the potions were positive, those effects will instead apply to the goo slimes themselves. This mechanic serves as a warning toward the forbidden rule that you should never, under any circumstances, mix 2 potions together. To ensure that the soup making mechanic isn't too overpowered, enchanted apples will also be included on the list of forbidden ingredients. So now, gone wrong, right in your mind. But the cauldron itself also needs a bit of a revamp. It's not totally pointless, but it's one of those features that feels
Okay, I'm going to make like a. I don't know what I can make right now to upgrade my house.
even in the nether, and they would collect rainwater if left out during a storm. You can even store lava and other snow in the cauldrons. On paper, they sound pretty versatile, but here's the thing. Cauldrons can already strip color from a few select items. Why not expand it to more blocks or items? Let us rush dye off of stone, state glass, candles, basically anything craftable with glass. This would be a convenient way to unlock space and repurpose materials without needing to craft from scratch every time. The wood left slide, honey, and magic. Toss in 4 of each corresponding item, and you've got yourself a full block. Place a cauldron beneath the female, and it will slowly fill up with light, just like a lava cooking into a cauldron from above. It's a small tweak that makes any cauldron
It's finally daytime. There's no rain anymore. Okay, I'm looking for like. I want to get like a bee, a beehive. I might have to. I'm gonna go. Let's go gambling.
But how about customizing arrows using the fletching table? The fletching table has been in the game for a while, and unlike the smithing table, which has gradually gained more functionality, the fletching table hasn't really had a purpose. Sure, you can use it to give a villager the fletcher job, but the block itself doesn't do anything. That's why the fletching table could finally get a meaningful use by letting players craft arrows with unique functionality. You could combine potion effects into a single arrow and make effects stronger.
Okay, I want to make like.
Or even craft a quiver that bursts with thunder, so you don't have to fill your inventory with dozens of arrow types. Tipped arrows come equipped with various effects, things like healing, poison, night vision.
I want want to make.
Shoot 'em off or player with one, that effect gets applied to the
I should kind of clear my inventory right now.
because in practice, most of the
This,
arrows
this,
that
or
you
this,
use
or this,
with good effects
this.
like
I do.
are basically pointless. I mean,
Need
you can
this,
realistically shoot
or
themselves with
this,
a green arrow and survive. So here's the
this,
fix. Instead of only applying the effect to the exact target hit, tipped arrows should create a small area of effect cloud on
need
impact,
this,
similar to lingering potions.
this,
Now you just need to shoot
this,
near your target instead of hitting them
this.
dead on. Picture this.
I kind of don't
You're
need this,
about to die running
or
away
this,
from a group of monsters in the cave. You shoot a healing arrow in its path, receive,
this,
while at the same time damaging undead
this,
mobs. So it essentially
this,
kills two birds with one
this,
stone. Even for non-combat users, this tweak makes a huge difference. Instead
this,
of carrying around multiple night
this,
vision potions, you could just bring a stack of
or
night vision
this,
arrows and share the effect
or
with your whole
this.
group in one shot. A
Kind
simple
of
change,
that,
but it
and
finally gives hit
that,
arrows a
and that.
reason to be used.
Okay, clear my inventory so much. It's really clean.
Arrows up and wait to get hit for the effect to apply. Instead, you could just shoot underneath you, which would make it much easier to apply the effect
up.
directly to yourself without actually having to take damage. And in a situation where you're
Kinda wanna
actually
make-
chased down by a horde of mobs, this could come in handy. This change wouldn't all of a sudden revolutionize the arrows.
Kinda forgot what to
It would
make.
at least make them a bit more useful to actually consider using.
Oh,
Just
pumpkin
this
farm.
user has an interesting approach to the fletching table. Imagine being able to customize every part of the arrow, the base, the shaft, and even the tip. Use a phantom membrane instead of feathers to make a faster, more aerodynamic arrow. Swap the shaft for a blaze rod to create arrows that set blocks on fire, or a blaze rod for no gravity arrows. You could even use a prismarine shard as the tip for underwater arrows, or an amethyst shard to shatter fragile blocks like glass or shoot for certain blocks like leaves. You can even mix in some slime to make bouncy arrows or add in some gunpowder to make them a bit explosive. You can mix and match and customize arrows to the maximum potential. The possibilities are endless. And while it doesn't have to be exactly like this, giving the fletching table a real use would finally make it a functional block. All in all,
Okay, I'm gonna create like this. And have another one. I think I need like a shear or something like that. Or I can use craft in the craft table. I don't know. That's what I think. Kinda stop playing the game for some time. Nothing. I have nothing. What's I gonna do? What's I gonna do? What's I gonna do? Keep forgetting stuff. I'm trying to remember. Pumpkins. Try 5 first. 20.
And just for fun, if you use a glow ink sac on a sheet, the wood will start glowing, which could essentially be a silly little Easter egg, but it's still not enough. Glow ink sacs can now be used to craft glow torches, which would be a cheap early game underwater light source that doesn't get washed away by water. Altogether,
Where's
these
the-
small
okay.
tweaks would expand the functionality of the item and finally give the glow ink sac the glow up it deserves. Moving on, the next item on the list is a phantom membrane. The
Okay.
phantom membrane
The perfect clutch with no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Tostitos, made the traditional way.
You know, it's a place to find a place.
There we go. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be ending the video here. So thank you for the 15 subs. Have a great day. Please subscribe to my channel and goodbye.